Good morning. Welcome to another yoga flow. Today's flow is going to be all about the core. So a super strong core, another strong power class, but this will be all centered on core from start to finish. So if you want to really work on that core strength, and it really adds a great foundation for balance, even to be more flexible in a safe manner, to build up a more powerful, stronger practice. Really the core is the key, it's the foundation of everything we do. So that is what today's class is all about. I'll just give everybody a few moments to arrive and then we will get started. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. Good morning. We'll get started in a moment. Okay, let's begin everyone. We're going to begin today lying on our backs. So coming down onto your mat, rolling down nice and carefully onto the mat, taking the feet as wide as the mat, allowing the feet to flop out to the side. Beginning our practice like stop to start, starting in our Shavasana, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, long exhale. One more round, deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale and flicker, close the eyes. Keeping one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Allowing your breath to soften. Taking time at the start of our class to tune into our breath, to settle, to arrive into our practice. Really using this time in stillness right at the start to tune in, to check in with however you're doing today. Perhaps asking yourself, how am I? And however you're feeling, whatever comes up. Taking time to find an okayness with that. This is where I'm meant to be today. And to offer yourself a little bit of gratitude right at the start of our practice for turning up, for waking up and getting onto your mat, preparing for the day. And as you do so, notice how your breath can slow, your breath can soften. Taking longer inhales and longer exhales. Noticing if you're holding any tension in the face and allowing it to soften into the eyebrows, into the forehead, around the eyes and the cheeks. Unclenching the jaw and just let the breath flow in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. In your own time, you flicker open your eyes, allowing that light back in. Extend the arms along the side of the body, palms flat down onto the mat. Then we're just going to lift our shoulder and our head, the arms lift as well. And then lifting the legs. And just noticing right at the start of our class how our core immediately engages. So starting strong in that central part of the body, holding here, breathing in, breathing out. And noticing that our whole body can be strong, can be tense, right from the start of the class, everywhere except from the neck. Extending the arms, rooting down in the core, so sending your belly button down to the mat. Breathing in. And as you exhale, release it out. Maybe take a little wiggle in the hips. Let it go. Turn to your breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, raising the chest, raising the shoulders, the head, and then raising the legs. Either pointing or flexing the feet is fine. Lifting up in the body. 4, 10, 9, spread your fingers wide. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, let it go. Really nice. And we're going to plant our feet down on the mat, bending our knees. Draw the knees in towards the chest, lifting the head and chest as though you could almost kiss your knees. Extend the arms away. And then we're going to straighten in the legs, holding here. Then we're going to raise the right leg up to the sky. And then as the right leg lowers, the left leg lifts. Switching between the two. Thinking about sending your arms away from you, noticing how much more engaged your core becomes, but also how much more stable you can become. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little bit of a hug, maybe rock left and right. And then keeping those knees in towards the chest, allow your body to come down flat onto the mat, arms along the side, palms plant firmly down into the mat, and just rock your bum up a little bit, so it's like a reverse crunch. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Extend the legs up to the sky, pointing the toes. Lower them down to the mat together if you can. Hovering them off the mat. Lift the legs up to the sky. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, draw your knees into the chest and do that little reverse crunch. Extend the legs to the sky. Lower them down to a hover. Draw your knees in. Reverse crunch. Up to the sky. Point the toes, lower to a hover. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Legs to the sky. Point the toes, slowly lower. Coming to a hover. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Legs to the sky. Slowly lower. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. 5 more. Legs to the sky. Point the toes. Take it slow. Head and shoulders are down on the mat. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Legs to the sky. Point the toes. Slowly lower. 4 more. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Send the legs to the sky. Slowly lower. Point the toes. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Legs to the sky. 3 more. Slowly lower. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Legs to the sky. Slowly lower. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Legs to the sky. Last one. Slowly does it. Slow as you can. Lower the legs to a hover. Draw the knees in. Reverse crunch. Send your legs to the sky. And then draw your knees into the chest. Plant the feet down. Check that you can just tickle the back of the heels. Plant the feet down so your knees are in line with your hips. Forward. Plant the hands down like little stoppers, like brakes that can hold you steady here. And then as you inhale, begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time, lifting the hips up, coming into a very gentle bridge, drawing the glutes together, lifting up in the hips. If there's any pain in the knees, roll it back down. Step your feet a little further out, or step your feet a little closer in. Noticing what works for you. All of our anatomy is different. Just checking there's no pain in the knees. Holding here, draw the glutes together, lift it up. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release it down. Allow your knees to drop out to the left like little windscreen wipers. And then over to the right. Over to the left. And to the right. Plant the feet down once more and then draw the knee in, taking hold of the back of the thighs. We're just going to take some little rocks up and down. So when you come up, you're hovering and lower, up and down the spine. Waking up the back of the body, immediately engaging our core, and then eventually coming up to hover, holding in our Navasana, our boat pose, drawing the shoulders open, lifting up in the body, extending the arms away, spread those fingers nice and wide, smile, breathing in, breathing out, hold it steady, breathe it in. Exhale, raise the arms up to the sky, take your hands together, closing over the fingers and extending the index finger and thumb. Holding here our Anjali Mudra. Exhale, take that little mudra, that hand symbol, over to the left, center, over to the right, center, left, center, right, center. 2 more each side. To the center, extend the arms, hold hover for 10, 9, option to extend the legs, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross at the ankles, squeeze it in, maybe take some little rocks left and right, releasing it out. Coming around and finding our tabletop position. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Really push the mat away with the pads of the fingers. Bring the body weight forward. Knees underneath your hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, take the gaze up. Exhale, doming in the spine, flowing through our cat and cows. Really puff up in between the shoulder blades, pushing the mat away. Taking a few more rounds in your own time. If you want to add some little extra wiggles, please feel welcome. Waking up the spine in whichever way feels good for you. And then returning back through our cat and cow. Finding stillness in our tabletop position. Extend the right leg away, really push away in the heel, left leg away, and then lifting up. So we're coming to this high version of a plank. Holding here, spread the fingers wide and have the sensation of lifting up versus dumping down into our wrists. So the weight is in the pads of the fingers. You can bring your body weight forward a little bit, your core will immediately engage, and you'll just release out any pressure in the wrists. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Lower those hips, bend at the elbows, option to drop the knees, release the toes, bringing yourself all the way down onto the mat. Keep those elbows drawing back along the side of the body. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Gaze is out in front of you. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, bend your knees. Tuck your toes, send the bum up to the sky, finding our first downward facing dog. So lifting up the heels nice and high, bend those knees, draw the belly onto the thighs. Option to pedal out the legs. Option to find stillness, whatever you prefer. Think about pushing the ground away with the hands. Holding here, draw that belly button in, noticing if we are flaring in our ribs, so we're focusing on our core today. So keep those ribs in, almost imagining like your ribs can wrap around each other. So noticing if they're flared, they're open, and tucking them in, drawing that belly button into the spine. Really nice. Holding here. You have 3 more breaths. Take your time. Melt your heart towards your big toes. Remember, you can still be pedaling out those feet. Two more breaths. Last breath in. As you exhale, take your gaze in between your hands, raise high up on your toes, and take as many little steps as you possibly can to get your feet towards your hands. And when you make it there, micro bend in the knees, little bend is protecting those knees. Let yourself hang out forward. Let it go. Really checking there's no tension in the neck, so maybe taking some shakes left and right, up and down. Let it go. And then maybe taking hold of the back of the ankles if that's available to you, and beginning to straighten the legs a little as you fold your chest towards the shins. It's early in our practice and this is not a flexibility flow, so please don't feel like you need to go too far. This is about our core, and just now we're just counteracting all of that open space by letting it go, folding it forward, releasing out any tension in our lower back. Let go. Allow the arms to hang. Micro bend in the knees as you slowly begin to roll yourself all the way up to standing. Reach the arms to the sky. Extend, stretch. Option to come up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, lower it all down. Arms along the side of the body. Up to the top of your mat, zipping up in the legs. Heels and toes touch. Arms along the side of the body, finding your Tadasana, our mountain pose. And again, spending the time here to really focus on that alignment. So tuck the bum under, really zip up through the core and nip those ribs in. So again, we often stand like this where we stick our bum out and our ribs are out. So tuck that bum under, and then you can use your hands to help you wrap those ribs around each other, standing strong and tall in our mountain pose, in our Tadasana. 3 breaths. Breathe it in. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathe it out. Breathing in. Let it go. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Take your time. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Head hangs heavy. Inhale to find length, flat back to your fingertips or hands to shins. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step it back with the right, step it back with the left. Bring that body weight forward, really nice, holding strong in our plank position. And then rocking onto the side of that right foot, lifting the left arm up to the sky, finding our Vashisthasana, our side plank. Option to plant that left foot down, drop the bottom right knee. Just allowing ourselves a little bit more stability by dropping that bottom right knee, lifting up and away with the left arm. Option to reach the left arm up and over, really extending all the way from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the left toes. Remembering your options, holding steady, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring that left hand down, coming through our central plank, our regular plank. Bring the body weight forward and just take some little rocks forward and back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming onto the other side, extending the right arm up to the sky, pushing away with the mat in the left hand. Option to plant that right foot down, drop the bottom left knee, lifting up the body. Option to reach the right arm up and over in whatever variation you're in now. Wherever you are, you have the sense of lift up in the torso and reach with the arm. Holding steady, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. And as you exhale, coming back through center, send your bum straight back up to the sky, finding our downward facing dog. And then option to be up on your toes, knees can be bent, the flat back is the most important thing. And we're just going to begin to raise onto our right fingertips. So we're staying in our downward facing dog, but we're up on our right fingertips, and then maybe you can lift the right arm off the mat. And then maybe you can begin to lift the left leg off the mat, just challenging our balance a little bit here. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release hand, release foot. Optional vinyasa, rise up high in the toes, bring the body weight forward. Option to stay in your downward dog or take child's pose. Option to drop the knees and take baby cobra, or bend at the elbows, hover just off the mat. Rock it forward, lift the heart, the chest. Upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog, really nice. Everyone meeting downward facing dog. Inhale. As you exhale this time, option to come up onto your left fingertips. We're lightening those fingertips as we push the mat away with the right hand, lifting that left arm, and then lifting the right leg. Really nice. Oh, don't worry if you wobble. It's all about challenging our balance, engaging our core. Holding here. 3, 2, 1. Release left fingertips down. Release right foot down. Inhale, wave the body weight forward. Take that version of vinyasa or take your child's pose. Exhale, bend the elbows, rock it forward, lift it open up in the heart. Upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Everyone take the knees wide, big toes touch, sit your bum back, release the chest, the forehead down. Arms come back along the side of the body, finding our child's pose. We have 5 breaths here. You might want to take some little fists in your hands in your child's pose and just create some circles, releasing out any tension in the wrists. Letting it go. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, extend the arms away in front of you. Rise up onto the fingertips, staying in your child's pose. Breathe it in. And as you exhale, walk those fingers over to the left. Extending all the way down from right pinky, down the right side body to the right hip. On your exhale, take the fingertips around through center, over to the right. Feeling the stretch down the left side of the body, all the way from left pinky, down the left arm, the left shoulder, the left ribs, all the way to the left hip. Sending your bum back towards your heels. Breathe in. As you exhale, come through center, plant the hands down and keeping it as low as you can, slide yourself forward onto your belly. Bring your hands down either side of the chest, lower the forehead. Inhale, lift the head and chest, kick your gaze out in front of you. Draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, raise up, maybe coming a little higher, gaze out in front of you. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, rising up, maybe coming all the way up. So we're extending, our arms are straight, but if there's any pain in the lower back, not coming up as high as this, noticing what feels good for you. Exhale, release it down. Last one, inhale, coming up as high as feels good for you. Gaze out in front of us. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, finding our downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, holding in our high plank. Keeping steady. Option to drop your knees if you wish, but keep the body weight forward. Or option to have our full high plank. Pushing the ground away with the left hand, we're going to tap the left shoulder with the right fingertips and down. Left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. Switching opposite sides, finger to shoulder, keeping the central part of the body as still as you possibly can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Send your bum up and back. Take your gaze in between your hands, bend your knees, crunch it back, and then take your gaze in between your hands and jump forward without any sound at all. Really nice. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, reach it up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through your heart center. Release them along the side of the body. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, swan down forward. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step it back with the left, step it back with the right. Holding here in our plank position. Bring the body weight forward and then send your bum up and back. Wave it forward to your plank. Send the bum up and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. 4 more. Keep that core strong and engaged. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it forward, finding our plank position really nice, and then coming onto the side of that right foot, lifting the left arm up to the sky, finding our side plank once more, Vashisthasana. Inhale. Exhale, lift that top left leg, and then bend the knee and see if you can plant it behind you, coming into our flip dog. Really nice. Breathing in. And then as you exhale, we're going to come back through our Vashisthasana. Keep that left arm lifted. Bend the left knee in and see if you can plant the left foot to the top of the mat. Lifting the arms up, coming into our crescent lunge. You might want to jump that back foot in a little. Really nice. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands down either side that front left foot. Extend the left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw that left knee to the nose. And then extend it up to the front right hand side of the mat, coming into our falling star, reaching our right arm up to the sky. And then as you exhale, bend into that front left knee and sweep it up and open. Bending into the front knee, up and open. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Reach the arm up. Plant the right hand down, pivot onto your left toes, carefully extend the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, release that left foot down. Inhale, optional vinyasa or take your child's pose. Exhale, bending the elbows, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more breaths here, or take 3 more breaths in your child's pose. You know that always the option is take child's pose. Please use it as a position of rest, as a position to regather your breath. 1 more breath. As you exhale, everyone meeting again into our downward facing dog. Breathing in. As you exhale, roll it forward, coming to our high plank, pivoting onto the side of the left foot, right arm lifts up to the sky. Option to raise that right leg, holding here, breathing in. And as you exhale, bend that right foot, bend the right knee, plant the foot down, reach it back with the right arm, flipping our dog. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it steady, draw the glutes together, lift up in the hips. Inhale. And as you exhale, keep that right arm lifted and begin to bring the right knee in towards the chest and then plant it down as softly as you can to the top of the mat. Maybe hopping that back left foot in, up on your left toes. Right foot is grounded, arms reach up, crescent lunge. Draw those glutes together. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down, either side of that front foot. Extend the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, draw your right knee to your nose. And then pivot onto the side of the plant the left foot down as you extend your right foot through, coming through into our falling star. Left arm reaches up to the sky, breathe in. And as you exhale, bend into that front knee as you sweep the arm up and open. 5 more. Use the breath. 3, 2, 1. Plant that left hand down, pivot onto your left toes. Sweep the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, wave the body forward. Exhale, vinyasa. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Take your gaze in between your hands. Crouch it back and then jump it forward without any sound. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, sit your bum down, Utkatasana. Inhale, nip those ribs in. Idea of closing it in. Use the hands to support you. Exhale, lower it down. All the way until you meet the mat. Point those toes, coming back into our Navasana. Holding here, breathing in. And as you exhale, we're going to cross the ankles over. So we're just switching left and right. For 10, 9, 8, 7, lift up in the chest, open, broad in the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold hover, option to extend those legs, straighten the legs, embrace the shake, lift up in the chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crossing at the ankles, give yourself a good squeeze in. And then take the soles of the feet to touch. And knees drop out to the side, finding our Baddha Konasana. Holding onto our ankles, draw that belly button in towards the spine. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to lower the chest down, opening up in our hips. Maybe you want to walk the fingertips out in front of you, whatever feels good. Maybe you want to close off the eyes. Allow the breath to slow, to soften. And it's not about how far you can go, it's about having this openness in the hips and letting the chest fold forward. There's not really a right or wrong way of doing this today. It's just about letting go as long as there's no tension in the neck. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly walking it back up. Take your hands either side of the knees, carefully bring the knees in towards each other. Plant the feet firmly down onto the mat, extend the arms away and just create this little C shape in the spine. So reaching the arms forward, begin to roll down the spine all the way as slow as you can until you meet the mat. And when you get there, draw your knees into the chest, wrap your arms around and take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze everything in as tight as you can. So draw the toes in, crunch up with the hands, squeeze, eyes shut, make yourself into the smallest ball that you possibly can. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, allow everything to drop out to the side, melt it down. Arms come along the side of the body. Flicker, close your eyes. Finding our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Let go of the breath. Allow the body to slow to soften. Bringing your attention to the crown of the head. Allowing the muscles to relax, so coming down into the forehead muscles. Letting them relax, soften, softening in between the eyebrows, softening into the cheeks, unclenching the jaw, letting the tongue go from the top of the mouth, releasing the whole face, softening down the back of the neck, the shoulders, the upper arm, the lower arm, the hands, all the way to the tips of the fingers, allowing the palms to be open to the sky, and you can almost feel this sense of energy, this glow radiating from them. A symbol of all of your hard work. And now we're letting the breath soften, we're letting the body soften, finding a restfulness in the mind and the body, softening down into the chest, the ribs, the belly, softening down the back of the spine, all the way to the hips, the glutes, the thighs, softening to the knees, the lower leg, the ankles, the foot, all the way to the tips of the toes. And just like a gentle warm breeze sweeping across the body, let everything relax, let it go. Let go of your breath. And just melt down into your mat, completely letting go, and I'll bring you back out shortly. knowing that you can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you wish, or in your own time beginning to wiggle your toes and your fingers, bringing that awareness back into the body. Drawing your right knee into your chest, your left knee into your chest. Keeping your eyes lightly closed, rocking yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Backs of the hands rest on the top of the knees, lightly touching your thumb and index finger, extending the other 3 fingers away, finding your chin mudra. And as you settle here, think of something that you're grateful for in your life, whether it's something or someone. You could be grateful for a warm cup of coffee in the morning, for your meditation practice, for your yoga practice, for the hug of a loved one, smile of a stranger, whatever it may be. Career you've really worked on, a skill that you've taken the time to learn. Bring whatever that thought is into your mind. Take a deep breath in, holding that thought close to you, and then as you exhale, send that gratitude, that love out to the world and flicker open your eyes. Taking your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.